This conference will now be recorded.
Okay. So in the previous class, we have discussed, what are the course content, what are the things we are going to cover and all. So I told you, Selenium, basically there are four components, right? The first one is IDE, then is RC, then is WebDriver, and then grid. Now, there is RC no one is using. There is no use of RC at all. It's completely gone out of the market. So as I told you, you don't need to waste a single minute also on RC. If you are very good in RC, if you are master in RC also, it's not going to help because RC is completely out of the market. Now we need to know here, consider it here, WebDriver. This is very important. We need to know everything, A to Z, everything we need to know WebDriver. There is no excuse. So we are going to cover, as I told you, each and everything, whatever you can do in a web page. Each and everything. Just imagine what are the things you can do in a web page. And tell me, these are the things, Abhishek, I can do in a web page. We are going to cover each and everything as a part of WebDriver. Okay, as a part of WebDriver. So this is the main component where everyone is using WebDriver nowadays in the market. So if I ask you, hey, there is opening in Selenium in my organization, that means the opening is on WebDriver, nothing else. Correct? Now the grid is basically to run your test cases parallelly and serially that we will be doing. In the background, the code will be actually WebDriver. Okay. Now, the first component when Selenium came into the market in, I believe, 2003 or 2004 during that time. Okay, they came up with the first component called IDE. The full form of IDE is Integrated Development Environment. What IDE was used? So IDE they released as a plugin of Firefox or Mozilla. Okay, the IDE was used as a plugin of Firefox or Mozilla that time, because Mozilla guys was doing all this development and all in the Selenium. So slowly, after IDE they came up with RC, then that guys got separated, and Google is spending their most of the money on WebDriver nowadays. Okay, so it's completely, initially it was which was handled mostly by Mozilla, and now it is handled by Google. So Mozilla IDE was the plugin of Mozilla. So Mozilla guys, they have a team for IDE. They used to have a team for IDE, which was used to release those plugins, and they used to. Now after every 2 months, 3 months, nowadays you can see a new version of any browser. So when Mozilla came up, at 28 or 25 version, that time IDE was there. Then Mozilla also upgrading from 28 to 29, 30, 31, 32, and all these things, and they used to support IDE, and they also used to make sure that IDE is supporting in all the version. So there is a dedicated team who used to work on IDE, and they used to do all this development and all. They used to make sure that it is supporting. As soon as Mozilla is upgrading their plugin, Selenium plugin is supporting that. But when IDE was taken over by WebDriver guys, that is the Google guys, sorry, Selenium was taken over by Google guys, which is nothing but the WebDriver, then simply, don't you think they are simply wasting some money? Sometime they are simply spending to support that IDE. Because if they support or not, it is completely used by the other company. There is no benefit for them. They are just releasing one plugins for that every build. So still, they didn't stop. They were, supporting it. But in Firefox version 54, what they told, that's it. We are not going to do any more development on IDE, and they stopped the support. Because now Selenium is handled by a separate company. Why they are releasing the plugin based on the, there is an upgrade version of Selenium, there is an upgrade version of, Mozilla also. So since IDE was the plugin of Mozilla, so it was supporting only Mozilla browser, right? And they used to release one plugin every browser. In Firefox version 54, they told, that's it. We are not going to release any more version. They stopped the support. So initially, I was talking about IDE initial when I started the training, 5-6 years back. Then after Mozilla version 54, we are not able to use IDE. So I told, okay, that's it, guys. IDE is done. I cannot. So I stopped. Now think about it. Some company, they have really used, they have created a lot of scripts in the background using IDE and all. They need to run it, they cannot run. Now WebDriver guys realize the importance of IDE because IDE is the only tool through which you can do some recording in Selenium. Since Mozilla stopped the support, now WebDriver guys, they thought, okay, Mozilla stopped the support, so what? We can release the plugin, right? We can support the plugin. Now, if WebDriver guys are saying Mozilla, hey, we are supporting the plugin, we will be releasing, we will be putting an effort, then there should not be an issue for these guys, right? Mozilla or Firefox company. That will okay, if you are supporting, you can support. That's not any. WebDriver guys, what they said, mostly 61 version. I am not sure exactly, or 60 version. When Mozilla into the 60 version, they told, hey, we are going to support ID. Now, IDE, they started supporting again. Now it was developed by this Google guys or the WebDriver guys. But they told, hey, hold on, we are not only supporting Mozilla. We are releasing two plugins. One for Mozilla Firefox and one for Chrome. Okay, because Chrome is their primary browser. They have to support it from Chrome. Plus Firefox also, where IDE earlier used to work. Okay, so this is the story of IDE. IDE initially was released by Mozilla and it was supporting only Mozilla. Okay, and slowly they stopped the support of IDE, and because this was developed by WebDriver guys, and now WebDriver guys are saying, okay, since you have stopped the support in 54, now after couple of months, that all okay, they started supporting IDE, but they told this time we are going to support for both the browser. One is Firefox and one is Chrome. Now the question is, do we need to learn IDE? This is the oldest component of Selenium. I told you don't need to learn RC. What about IDE? Do we really need it? The thing is that basically, truly speaking, you don't need to know IDE. You don't need to learn IDE as such. But still, I am not going to spend more than one class or two class maximum. You need to know IDE. Why you need to know IDE? Because when we will be going through the WebDriver class, initial stages, you can use IDE to learn WebDriver also. How you can learn that, I am going to explain you later. So, for example, IDE is very limited feature, very limited things you can do in the IDE. Though they are trying, doing more development in IDE. I don't know, after down the line 4-5 years, IDE might be a biggest hit compared to WebDriver. As of now, there is very limited feature. So, but when we will be going through the WebDriver class initially, so for example, you have developed some script, you will be in the very initial stages, you are not sure how the scripts are working in WebDriver, or your script is not working. So definitely you can come back to me and ask me, Abhishek, can you please check that my script is not working? Before you coming back to me, even you can check in the IDE also. What is the difference between your script and what IDE is showing? So this is the way you can use IDE to learn WebDriver. So that's why I'm saying you don't need to learn IDE. You just need to know IDE to learn WebDriver initially. Because later, WebDriver will be nothing for you. You can write a good code and all. You don't need to check anything else. So initially, it might help you. Okay. Plus, in the interview, sometimes they ask some small questions. What is IDE? How it looks like? What is can we use IDE nowadays? Then what is RC? What is the architecture? Why RC is not used? What is WebDriver? What is the architecture? All these things I'll talk about it. So you'll get to know why we came with IDE, RC, and WebDriver. Okay. So today let's start with IDE and let's see what is IDE, how can we install IDE and all. Now IDE I can install in Firefox as well as in Chrome, right? But initially when IDE came, they used to support only Firefox. But now you can use IDE for Chrome as well as Firefox. Okay. So that's the story behind IDE. Now let's see some basic stuff. Yeah, who joined? Nageshwar, you joined, right? Hello, can you hear me, Nageshwar?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Thank you. Anyway, it's not me. My wife is going to attend. Okay, I am going to give it to her. Okay.
Okay. What's your wife name?
My name is Aishwarya.
Oh, Aishwarya. Okay. Oh, yeah, yeah. I think Aishwarya, you messaged me in the WhatsApp, right? Group.
Okay.
Okay. So, yeah. So, Aishwarya, just is your IDs here or you can just ping me?
Okay.
Okay, in the chat, you can ping me here itself. Okay. So what we are going to
Aish
do,
done?
we are going to, you can ping me, that will be easy in case, if I
Okay, okay,
miss something.
okay.
Here, where I pinged hi. Now, so today we are going to start with ID and we are going to see how ID looks like, how ID is and what is the use. So since ID is a plugin of Mozilla and Firefox, that means ID supports only Mozilla or only Firefox, right? So whatever the plugin you are going to download, it is going to support only that browser. Okay, so let's see how to do it for Firefox. Let me open the Firefox. If you don't have Firefox, you need to install the Firefox. So you know how to install it. So I'll just tell you. If you need to go to Google and you need to just type download Firefox. That's it. Then you go to this web page www.mozilla.org. Here you can just download it. That's it. Okay. So once you download it, you will see an icon in your browser. You will see the icon of the browser in your desktop or in your program files. You click on that to open the same thing. This will open the Firefox. Now what I am going to do, I am going to install the ID as a plugin of this Firefox. For that, you go to google.com or google.co.in, whatever you are saying. Here you type download IDE. Download IDE. Once you click, once you search for this, let me type download, IDE for Mozilla Firefox or something. Okay, that's the best, keyword to search. When you search for it, within first or second link, you will see this addons.mozilla.org. So this is the official website of Mozilla or the Firefox, where it is taking you to the official website of Mozilla, where they are saying you can download IDE from here. So if I click here, you will see I will get a button here which will say install Firefox or install IDE in Firefox. If I click here, it's going to that page. See, this is the button. Can you see? But you can see it showing remove because I have already added. That's why it's showing me remove. But actually, if I refresh the page again, just notice it will show add to Firefox. Can you see? It will show you add to Firefox. Since I have already installed ID, once the page loads, it figured out that ID is already installed in my browser. So it's showing remove. Okay. So once you come back to this, for you it will be add to Firefox. Okay. It will be like this. Okay, it's going anywhere. It will be add to Firefox. You just need to click on this add to Firefox. Add to Firefox. You just need to click on this. As soon as you click on this, it is going to install ID as a plugin of your Firefox. It will take less than 1 minute. What you need to do in the Google, you need to just search download IDE for Firefox. So you come to this addons.mozilla.org. This is the official website of Mozilla or the Firefox. From here you will get a button add to Firefox. You just need to click on it. Once you click on it, you can see on progress bar here, it will just install within a minute, even less than a minute. Okay, that's it. Once it got installed, you can see IDE window here. Can you see one icon? Selenium IDE. If you click here, this window will open. This is your IDE window. Sometimes some people say, hey Abhishek, after installing IDE, I am not able to see it. In that case, what I wanted to tell you guys, in that case, you guys need to restart your Firefox. Restart means I don't want to close it from here. If you close it, what will happen? You might have closed the Firefox, but some process might be running in the background. So it's not a perfect restart. In such cases, you can go to File and you can click on Exit. It will completely close the Firefox. Now you click here, again open the Firefox. Then definitely you should be able to see the IDE icon here. That means IDE got installed successfully. Okay, clear? Can you install IDE? You can try it out and install IDE like this. Okay. So once you are done, you will see that icon. You click on that icon. This window is going to open. This is your IDE window. Here, there are some options. Open an existing project. Definitely, you are not going to click on this because you don't have any project. They are asking create a new project or close the IDE or record a new test in a new project. It's the same thing. You create a new project, then you create a test, or you can directly start recording it out. So first, it's better to create a new project. So I click on it. It's asking me, give the project name, write the project name. What project you want to create? Give any name. I am giving like Google. Okay. And click on OK button. See, one project gets created with the name Google. If you put your cursor here, can you see this icon? Means you can edit the name also if you want. You can click here. Okay. Maybe I can write Google project. That's it. This is my project name. Now here you can see untitled because these are my test cases. I have not saved it. I have not created any test cases. So it's showing untitled. From here, if you want, you can create different test suite and all. Clicking on the plus button also, you can add a new test case. Okay, like if I click, it's asking me what is the test case name. I can give PC1 and all. Okay, I'll come to that. Here you can say, okay, let me create PC1 one test case, add. Can you see one test case got added? Let me create one more test case 2. What's some name? See. Now here there is one run button. This is run all test. Means if you click on it, it is going to run all the test. TC1, TC2, untitled, everything. TC3, TC4, TC5. Next to that, there is only a single run button. If you click this button, it is going to run only that test cases, whatever is selected in the left side. Like in the left side, I have TC2 selected. It is going to run only TC2. If I double click here, TC1 is selected. It is going to run only TC1 if I click here. So this is, you just want to skip something. This is the speed. You need to control your execution speed. Can you see execution speed very fast? You can make it slow and you can do all these things. Okay, guys, just 1 minute. I'm getting on. Just a minute. Yeah, guys, sorry. So the thing is, you can make you can slow your script. You can run your script fast also. I'll talk about it. Now this is the breakpoint. I'll talk about it. You can make a breakpoint, you can disable it. This is the pause button, and this is the very important record button. If you click on record button, whatever you are going to do, it is going to record everything. Okay, so let's see. Let me do something under test case 1. I have selected the test case 1. I am clicking on the record button. Clicked. As soon as I clicked, it's opening. Hey, enter the URL. What URL you want to record, or in which URL you want to, which URL you want to automate. What's the URL? I'm typing https google.co.in. Okay, and I'm clicking on start recording. As soon as I click, can you see it's opening browser google.co.in? Here is showing Selenium IDE is recording. If I go back here, as of now you can't see anything. For example, here I am typing something, Selenium training, for example, or Selenium Java training. Okay, I typed here. Can you see it automatically recording? And set to Windows size, type this, then I'm clicking here. So it's searching for this. Okay, and it's opening this URL. And you can see it's recording everything. So let me stop the recording. Once you are done, you can stop the recording. That's it. This is the URL. Now you can see when I recorded, it's automatically entered the URL here. Open. Open is the command through which you can open the URL. Which URL I wanted to open. So what I need to first do, what I need to type here to open any URL, that we need to see. So let me maximize it. So if I select open, this is the log window. You can see the log. Once I give a run, I can see a log. If I go to the reference window, it's showing reference of that command. So if I select this line, it will show the corresponding line here. Basically, this 3 column, it will show in the form applet. This is like a list it's showing, right? This is one list, this is one list. You can see. And here it will tell you the reference. Open. What I want to open? I want to open this google.com. This is my root URL. Always root URL you need to type here. I don't need to write google.com, but I can just give a slash. Slash means root. So if you see in the reference tab also, what I need to give? URL means which URL I need to open. Then set to window size, basically I maximize the window. That's why. Then type. I need to do type. Once I click here, you can see here. First is type, then target is name equal to q, value is this. Reference, you can see what I need to do. I need to type. What I need to type? I need to type the locator as well as I need to give the value. Locator means what? Locator means where I need to type. I can tell you, hey, go to Google and search in this field, Selenium Java training. But how you are going to tell your tool that you search in this box? Here it is, there is only one search box. There might be multiple search boxes, right? In some web page, there say might be here is one box, maybe here is one box, maybe here is one box. Now I need to tell, hey, search on this box or search on this box. How can I tell? So I need to identify this box. So this is nothing but locator. So that's what you can see. When you type, you have to tell locator means where I need to type, and value means what value you need to type. So first you have to pass the locator, then the value. When you record, it's automatically recording. Now in the locator field, you can see if I click on this field, it's showing different locator. It's identifying this one, name equal to q. Or there is something CSS, XPath, and all these things. I'll talk about all these things. Don't worry, those will be basic ABCD for you. Now, what are those things? Locator, I'll just tell you. Locator means, for example, I want to identify you. How can I identify you? Here, I can identify you by your name. If I tell, hey Satta, can you answer this question? Only he will reply. If I say Sojanna, only she will reply, or you know, Pandania, or Ashwarya. Accordingly, you can, because all of your names are separate. So I can identify you by your name. Secondly, I can identify you by your Aadhaar card number, PAN card number, driving license number. If two person is against, name of the two person is the same, I can't call you by your name here, right? It will be confusing. So I have to decide what I need to use. Maybe I need to use something else. This is nothing but locator. These are the different properties of you, different attributes of you. Your height, your weight, your gender, all these things are attributes. Your name, your surname, all these things. These are different attributes. So each and every object is also different attributes. We'll see later how to figure it out the attribute, how to capture the value of the attributes, where it is present and all. I'll talk about it. So you can identify one object by using his name, using CSS, using XPath and all these things. I'll talk about all these things, XPath, CSS. So don't worry. That's why I told an ID just as of now, you be with me. Locator means how to identify something, and value means what value I want to type. If I want, okay, this is the value I want to type. Now click. I want to click. If I select click, you can see reference. I want to, what I need to do? I need to pass the locator, means what I need to click. Which button I need to click. You might be clicking on some button or some link or something. Again, what you have to tell the locator, where you need to click. After clicking, then I am clicking some other button and it is showing. And this is the run button. If I run, it is going to run this. If I run it, can you see it's opening Google? It's typing Selenium Java training and it's searching. Okay, and it's clicking. You see? So it's showing everything in green color, means everything is passed. Here you can see the logs. Can you see? Open. This line is okay. Set window size is okay. Type means it is saying okay, means every line is okay. If I scroll down, TC1 completed successfully. That's it. This is a very simple thing I showed you. You can just record and run it. Okay, this is the way you can something record and you can run something. The reference tab, whatever the command you are going to select, it will show you the reference. Got it? So any question till now? It's clear?
Abhishek, can we able to perform the multiple actions at the same time in this command?
No, here it is going to execute line by line.
Okay, per test case
Okay.
it will be executed. You can't execute at the same time all in one test case. You can't specify the multiple actions at the same time, right?
No, you see, one test case, multiple actions means just think about it manually
Like
and tell me one scenario.
like like your Google example only. You will add it and you will click on search button. In the meanwhile, you want to open another window. That is my test case.
No, in the meanwhile, you can't do it. Even, while you are doing it in the WebDriver also, you have to tell me like, okay, are you going to run parallelly multiple windows? So those are not, if those are independent, you can do it with the help of grid. Okay.
Okay.
You are want to open another window means two different window you want to open, right? And you can
Yes.
execute parallelly. That's what you mean to say, correct?
Yes.
So those things, if you want to do, you need to use grid, but not here.
Okay.
Okay, so it will be execute one by one line, one after another.
Okay.
Okay,
Yeah,
so
thanks.
these are the different things. Now, if I want, I can directly change the value here also, like Selenium Java training. Instead of that, I can write stng training. Now if I run, it is going to type, can you see the value change here? It is going to search with the test engine training. Let me run it. It's opening. It's searching test engine training. Can you see here? Let's click on that button. So this is the way you can change it and you can run it. We'll talk about a couple of things, but let me show you in the Chrome also. This is what I showed you in the Google. Okay, so let me close it. I'm not saving it, and let me open the Chrome. In the Chrome also, you can type download IDE for Chrome. First link you can see chrome.google.com and all these things it's showing. So if you go here, it will take you to this page, Chrome. Can you see ID? It is showing remove from Chrome because I have already installed. For you, it will not tell you remove from Chrome. It will tell you install in Chrome like this. Let me see if I refresh. Okay, it's identified. It will show you install in Chrome. So you just need to click here and you install it. That is not going to take much time. Okay. Once you install it, then once you come back to this page, it will show you remove from Chrome because you have already installed it. Right? Now I have already installed it. You can see it here. Same thing. If I want, I can. What I can do? I can close the. If it is not, not displaying, I can close the Chrome and I can open it also. Definitely, you should be able to. If I click here, again you can see the same window. Again, click on create a new project. Test project. Some name I am giving. Okay. Here, for example, I want to open google.com. What I'm typing? https google.co.in. I need to open this, right? Earlier, you can record it here or you can write here. What I need to write, I need to open. As soon as I click, can you see it showing all the commands? Whatever is available in ID. What I need? Open. OP. See, as soon as I type, it shows. Open. What I need to do in the reference? I need to pass the URL. What I need to open? Google. Which URL? This URL. So let me write here slash. Means open the root URL. So if I run the background, can you see it's opening? Google.com. Got it? Now, for example, I want to open google.co.in/news. What I will do? /news. Now let me run and see. In the background, it's still opening google.co.in, not /news. Why? Because here it is going to consider only the base URL. What is the base URL? Base URL is up to this google.co.in. If you are opening, say amazon.com/homepage, your base URL is amazon.com. If you are going facebook.com/landing page or facebook.com/settings page, your base URL is facebook.com. So when you give slash, it will consider only the base URL, that is up. After that, whatever you are adding, these are the different pages of that base URL. It is not going to consider. Then how can I open Google News? So first, after opening, slash means google.co.in. After that, you can type news. Means okay. I'm saying, hey, first slash means you pick the base URL. Along with that, you can add news. Let me run now. Can you see? Now it's opening Google News. Automatically, it's redirecting to news.google.com. That is their internal technology. Google. It's opening Google News. This is the way here always base URL it will be considered. Now let me automate some of the work. and let's see. Let me read everything. So here is the record button. I'm just clicking on record. So what I am writing, http demo.golden.com/gmo post. That is one URL, demo URL, which we can automate it. I just copied, I'll ping you maybe that one. Start recording. Can you see it's opening demo.golden.com/gmo post. After that, see here you can see in the, it is showing Selenium IDE is recording. Now what I can do, I need to click on enter GMO online button. Let me click. It's coming to this page. If I go back to ID, can you see here it's entering demo.golden.com/gmo post, it's entered here because base URL is up to this. So it automatically identifies ID/gmo post. Then I clicked on this button, click name equal to this. So this is the name of that button. After that, what I need to do, I need to enter some. So there are different products. I need to enter different product. Here I have to enter the quantity. So let me enter the quantity 3. Let me enter the quantity 5. It's 2 product. You can enter the other product details. Here I can click on place an order. If I click, it's taking me this page where it's showing, what is the price and total price, sales tax, service charges and all, and total is this much. Then I'm clicking proceed with order. Now it's showing billing information page where I have to enter all the billing data. Okay. Here what I need to do, I need to write my details. Address, PM, city, Bangalore, state, say Karnataka, zip code. You have to enter the 5-digit only. You have to enter the 10-digit. Email ID, anything. Now here I need to select the card. Let me select MasterCard. Some card number you have to give 16-digit card number. Expiry date, say 12/22. Do you want to ship in the same address? Yes, I'll click here. It can show the same thing, place an order. That's it. I'll go back and stop the record. It's asking me, I give you test case name. Maybe I can say order_product. Okay. That's it. That is my test case. So whatever the operation I have done, you can see all the lines. First I open, then I clicked on the submit button, then it's actually typed click because I selected that field. If you don't do it also, it is going to type it directly. Type in this field, I want to type 3 quantity. In this field, I want to type 5. Then I clicked on submit button again. Next page I am clicking again submit button. Both the buttons names are same. You might ask me, if both the buttons names are same, is it not going to confuse ID which button he need to click? No, because in one page it should be unique. So this is, though the names are same, but this is, he is clicking in the next page. Okay, it's not, both are not in the same page. After entering quantity, I clicked on submit button. Next page it was showing me the summary, right? That page also I clicked on this button. So think about it, how to explain. Think about it here, like here I am talking to Satya. I can call him and he can reply. In another batch, another guy is there, his name is also Satya. So there is no issues, right? You are not going to reply because you are not at all into the picture. It is in different batch. Same way, if same names are present in different pages also, that is not an issue. Okay, so don't worry about all these things, guys. I am telling you again. Okay, all these things will be like ABCD for you, very basic things for you. Okay, first I want to just show you how ID works. Okay, so you will get some idea what is automation and all. Okay, all these things I am going to explain details each and everything slowly. You will be doing the hands-on and all. So Any I am clicking, then I am selecting say bill name, SC I am entering, all these things. Here I can change also, like Abhishek. Bill address instead of BTM, I can say electronic city or something. Then city name, state name, zip code. Zip code should be 5 character, otherwise you will get an error. Now you might have a question, if I get an error, how can I capture that error? Those things we'll do later, not in ID. We'll do everything in WebDriver, don't worry at all. And all these details I have entered. I want to run, it's the run button. I can click this run also because there is a one test case, or this also. If I click, it's opening. Can you see it's entering 3, 5? It's entering very fast and it's done. Okay, you can see everything in green color here. If I go to the logs, these logs are showing. Finally, it shows order product completed successfully. If I run it again, one new logs will get generated. Okay, below that. If you want, you can clear here and clear the logs. The logs are gone. I want to run it slowly. You can just make it slow. And you can see. So I'm clicking, I am making it slow and I'm running it again. Click on enter GM online. Can you see? Now it's happening slowly. It's entering 3. It's entering 5. Proceed with order. Then it's entering slowly. Name. See the runtime also, if I want, I can make it a little bit fast. You see? That's it. When run is done, it will switch to that window. Yeah, everything is showing in green color, means everything is working fine. So whenever I am clicking anywhere, it's automatically identified my action as click. So this is what is automation. Now think about it, same thing, it is a very small scenario. Some scenario you need to run almost, so there are 100 test cases, you need to run every week. You might not have time. So what company need to do? They need to recruit more people. They need to spend more money. Instead of that, they will ask you, hey, can you automate it? Once you automate it, you don't need to sit and run. You will just click on the run button and go home, and Aram said next day you will come and check what's the status, what's the result. Right? So you don't have to spend time. You can focus on the other things once you complete your automation. So this is what is automation. As many number of times I need to run, I just need to click on this button. I'll come back home and next day morning I'll go and check what's the status. Whenever I am typing something, it's automatically identified. Type. Whenever I am clicking something, it's automatically identified. Action is click. Okay, that tool is very smart. Whenever I am selecting the card name from a drop down, it automatically identifies. I am selecting something. So it's saying select. Select what? Card name. I am typing in the name field. If I click here, see there are different way I can identify. I told you, right? These are the different properties. XPath, CSS, ID and all. I can select any one. It's not like I can use name only. Okay, I can select it, and if I run it, same thing is going to run. Let me make it fast. Let's not wait. It's entering. So I can select any of the property. It's like the same thing I told you, right? I want to identify you. I can identify by your ID, Aadhaar card, PAN card, whatever property I want. Same thing here also. Got it? This is the way you can record something and you can playback something. You don't need to know much about this tool. As I told you, you don't need to learn this tool, but you need to just know this tool, because later this target field might help you. I'll talk about it later, how it is going to help you. Okay. Now, a couple of things I wanted to show you. For example, okay, let me run it once more. Okay, so it's done. Now I am clicking on back button. I am into this page, or clicking here. I am into this page. Now, for example, I want to see which page it is, which field it is. Name bill city. It will be this one, right? What you can do, you can select this, or you can write bill city 123. So I just give some random name, right? Bill city 123. Is it present? No, right? So here, if I click find, it's not finding it. You see, it's not showing anything because the name is wrong. If I write bill city and if I click find, can you see it's highlighting? See again, notice. Can you see it's highlighting the city? This is the find button will help you whether it's fine or not. Now, how it is helping you? For example, it is bill city 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You have recorded. But it might happen that there is some changes in different build. So your script failed here. I can run only this line by double clicking on this line. Like say, if I double click on this line, it will enter. I double click on this line or this line. Can you see it's entered here? KA. I am selecting this line. I am pressing double click. So it's entered Abhishek. Now here I am selecting and I am double clicking. Can you see it's not entering anything because the name is wrong. I changed the name. Okay, like your name is Sojanna. If I call you a different name, okay, Somia and all, you will not be able to answer. You will not reply because you will not think that I am calling you. Same thing, I changed the name. Once I double click, he is not updating anything. Double click means by double clicking you can run only that line. If I double click here, bill zip code. Okay, what happened? Okay, let me press X. Otherwise, you can press X. Can you see it's entered zip code? If I select this, press X, it's not doing anything. Again, I select this, press X. It's not doing anything. So the reason is it's not able to identify. But I know this field name is this one. There might be some change in the build to build. So what I need to do, I need to upgrade this. How can I upgrade? Can you see here? There is one arrow. You click on the arrow. Now you select an element. Which element it is? It is this one. What is the name here? Bill city 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. But I know this field is this one, but it is not typing. Why it is not typing? So let me put it my cursor here and click. That's it. If I go back, now can you see it's automatically updated Bill city? It will rectify. Okay. So if I run, now let me run this field again by typing Bill city 1, 2, 3, 4 and run my test cases again. It's running. Can you see it's not entering city? Because I updated city name 1, 2, 3, 4 and it's not able to identify. It's waiting here. There is an internal wait statement, I think 30 seconds. So it will wait for 30 seconds and then smartly it will select the next one. See, it's not identified. Waited. It's still waiting. And it's showing red color. It's failed. What it is saying? Trying to identify the name Bill city 1, 2, 3, 1, 4 and all failed. Implicit wait time after 30 seconds or whatever. This saying, I am not able to identify this. But I know this is this field. So there might be some change in the build. It may not be, there might be in different build, the developer might have changed the property name. What do you need to do? I need to check why it is failing. I can select this and click here. It's not highlighting anything. Okay, that means something wrong. But I know this is a city field. So I'll select this. I'll click on this arrow. I'll put my cursor here. Click. As soon as I click, can you see it's upgraded? Now I need to check. I'll select it, press F. It's upgrading. Okay, fine. Now here you can say total run once, failure one in the red color. Okay, so this is the way you can record something. What I discussed today, I discussed how to install IDE as a plugin of Firefox, how to install IDE as a plugin of Chrome, how to do some basic recording and playback. Now, what is the target field? Basically, the locator and different commands. Okay, so we don't need to much know about IDE. If we know only hardly how to record playback and all in IDE, so that should be fine. I don't need much here because hardly you might get a question on ID, or they might ask you what is the ID, what is the difference between ID and all these things. So if anything required, I'll talk about it later. So this is what is ID. I just want to give an overview, so you will get to know, what is automation, why you need to do automation, how to automate. One more thing I want to tell you, ID is the only tool which you can do some recording in Selenium. Other WebDriver and all we need to write, but there are some way to write, so you don't need much coding. Their APIs are very strong. For each and everything they have one function. You just need to call that function. Those things you can easily do it once you will follow my Java class. You will be knowing what is function, what is method, how to call, how to pass parameter, what is object. Then WebDriver is nothing. I told you earlier also, now also I am saying. Once those things are, you will be aware of. If you are aware of those things, WebDriver is nothing. If you are aware of the Java concepts. Okay. So what I want you guys to install IDE in Chrome and Firefox, record some script and playback, and see if you are able to playback and all. In case there is any issues, you contact me. Okay.